Howdy folks, today's video is about a new guitar. Now most of the time when somebody gets a new guitar, they get excited. Today is not going to be one of those days. Today I am neutral about it. So if you are like me and you play 7-string guitar, and if you're on this channel, that might be your main reason. You know that 7-string guitars that are steel string acoustics are hard to come by. I don't know why, because the most common guitar in the world is a 6-string steel string Spanish guitar. I don't know why they call it that either. But the most uncommon in the 7-string world is exactly that, a steel string acoustic guitar. I don't know why. You know, and by uncommon I mean nobody's really making them. I think Dean still makes one, and Washburn may still make one. People have made them in the past. But if you want a classical, they're relatively easy to get in various price ranges. If you want a solid body, particularly if you don't mind pointy headstocks and, you know, Satan-y references on the fingerboard or whatever like that, there's lots of those around. But acoustic and semi-acoustic, like a hollow body, those are kind of rare. It doesn't really make much sense. I don't know why. But that's just the way it is. Anyway, so you've seen these guitars. If not, it's called a Leotone. They're from the Ukraine. They say Russian built, but whatever. They're from this one came from the Ukraine. They are like $1.69, I think, American on eBay. I don't know. I'm going to assume similarly on Amazon. There is shipping for it. I think no matter what on Amazon there's shipping, and don't be fooled by Prime because they just charge you more if you sign in with your Prime account. I don't have one, but I have learned that. And so I got it because I don't have a steel string acoustic guitar, and it seems like a kind of basic thing to have. I have a over here. I don't have it here today. I have a Godin 7-string classical solid body. I have my Guianini classical 7-string. I have my custom built Agile or Agile, depending on how you want to pronounce it, baritone 7-string from Rondo. I have my Ibanez Artist solid body. I have my Ibanez AFJ 957 archtop, and I have my Grote cheapy 7-string from China. With the Grote 7-string cheapy from China, I was pleasantly surprised. It sounded good, it played good, it looked good, and it served the purpose that I wanted it to serve. This guitar was also cheap, and cheaper as a base price, but because I had to pay the shipping on it, it was probably more expensive overall. And I was not pleasantly surprised. I can't get mad because it is a cheap guitar. And you can't get mad at a cheap guitar for being a cheap guitar. But I was hoping for more. That's just me. Just because of my luck with the Chinese guitar. Alright, so all the things that are cheap about it. The one I knew coming in right away was the tuners. You can see in the pictures, these aren't even as good, these are worse tuners than the ones that are in the picture, but I knew that these were going to be terrible. Right, they're those plastic, I can't remember the name of that kind of plastic that they put on those, open, you know, they're kind of smooth, but you know that's not going to last. Alright, then we get to the nut. The nut is just literally some kind of plastic, some kind of really cheap, low-density plastic. It's also cut horribly, had all kinds of flash and all kinds of stuff on there. It's also cut too high on the lower strings, and I got some more work to do on it. And so on and so forth. The fretwork is actually not bad. Alright, it's like it's kind of smooth along here, and they're kind of straight. It actually is okay. Getting to the body, I don't know what this material is, but a lot of it is not wood. I don't know what this top is. You can kind of see there's sort of a wood, some grain there, but you look in there, it's just nasty. I mean, it is not good, right? Yeah. And the finish is okay, but I'm not even sure what this is. I'm not sure what this material is. I am not confident that this guitar will not be bowing and dishing very, you know, sooner than later. Like, I almost feel like I should, when I'm not playing it, be detuning it. Okay. Strangely enough, the bridge looks okay, and it's a non. You can see that there's no end pins, and it has that sort of arrangement, which I don't mind. And the saddle is actually a kind of decent material. I'm not sure what it is. whether it's new bone, new tusk, whatever it's called, or camel bone that some people use, but it's actually okay. But the problem is it's just a generic compensation, so it's not that usual. A little bit forward, a little bit back, and the G string, way back. It is just sort of a diagonal line, and so the lowest string, the 7th string, is compensated all the way to the back, which makes the guitar intonate incorrectly. I'm not sure whether a forward compensation would change that, but here we are. So to that, and I'm just going to probably pause and tune this thing up. All right, a little tuning on it. Okay. So the 6 strings on this play and sound okay, but the 7th string, because of it being overly compensated to maximize the length of the string, which might have seemed like a good idea on paper, has made it so that when I play, and I've actually got it tuned to sound okay this way, but if I play the 2 B's together, a little off, I play a B chord with it, alright, it's a little flat. If I tune this to be in pitch, then all the fretted notes are sharp. So I'm more likely to use the fretted notes than anything else, and I'll just get used to it being a little bit goofy. Anyways, another cheap thing about it, other than all the cheap, is that there are no position markers on the binding. Not like there's like if I'm, I mean, who gets by without those? I don't, like not even like the classical guitar type one where they put 1 at the 7th fret, right? Or 1 at the 7th and 1 at the 5th. Nothing anywhere, right? So unless you're running, so obviously I'm going to have to get a Sharpie and put something in on here. So bottom line, if you were looking for a guitar that's an unbelievable bargain, that is bang for your buck, this is not the guitar. If you're looking for a guitar to take places, it's an acoustic guitar that you can not worry about, and if you, like me, don't feel comfortable anymore playing a 6 string, and you want something that you can just bring and it'll work and you can join in with the fun and play the way comfortably and all that sort of thing, it's good for that. I guarantee you though, if you're into like drop tunings and things like that, this is again this barely working fine as it is right now for I call it B standard, but it's standard 6 with a low B instead of a low A, right? That's the way I play it. Then that's fine. My specific purpose for it will be basically exclusive to taking it to my school. I have an own music school here in Winnipeg, and Winnipeg's a very cold place, and during the depths of winter it can be like -25, -30, and zero, no humidity in the air, and I don't want to leave one of my nicer guitars there. So those are that. So I've got more setting up to do on this thing. I'm not sure what I can do, but because of it being a cheap guitar, I do not want to put a lot of work or anything into it, because I don't think I will get that money back. I don't think it'll, putting a pickup in it and a better nut and better tuners and better this and better that are going to stop it from being a really cheap guitar that I didn't pay very much money for. Anyways, so next time,